And so once you cross the line then, how does Tom celebrate and recover? Are there beers involved?
I'm not sure if they're going to be beers. Like, I haven't drunk for pretty much 18 months now. And
wow. Not a drop.
No, and it just hasn't really registered with me. Like, I sometimes miss, like, I had a friend's wedding just before Christmas, and it would have been nice to have had a celebratory drink, but I'm so stubborn. It's kind of just sort of gone on and haven't found the need. My big weakness is pastries. I haven't had an
wrong place for that.
I haven't had an almond croissant for about a month.
Wow.
So I'm gonna eat Chamonix out of almond croissant. I'll do my very best. But it will be. I'll take a little bit of time without thinking about the race and try to, and then sort of a day or two later, I'll reflect on the race and see what I can learn and piece things together. And sort of analyse the race, see where it went well, see where I can improve, how my kit held out, and all of that. And then for the couple of weeks afterwards, it'll be sort of very relaxed, no real training. So back to the drawing board, and then start thinking about my next races. But also, for me, it's just a great time to catch up with friends and family. Like, I've been sort of a mountain monk for the last 6 weeks, so it'll be really nice to go back to normality, catch up with some mates that I haven't seen, and like with social media is great because you can see what people are doing and you feel like you're up to date with what your friends are doing, but it's just not the same, and you almost take it for granted. So actually going and seeing friends and having a coffee with them or going out for lunch is just
a bit
so
of time with them.
exactly, and actually find out what they've been up to. And just have a real catch up, which would be really nice. And when I'm training, I can get a little. I think as a lot of athletes are, you can get sort of very tied up on the minor details in your own training, and you're so focused you sometimes forget other things. And it would just be really nice to be able to relax and spend some quality time with friends and family back in the UK, while eating loads of almond croissant.
You've got a big carry bag to take alone home.
Exactly, yeah. I'm hoping to empty sort of my race nutrition from here and exchange it for almond croissant. If I've got to squash them up and squeeze them in my bag, I'll just eat them. Yeah. My bag's too heavy. I'll just be sat at check-in, the bag drop with EasyJet, sort of just stuff in my face and my pockets of...
Are you going to eat any on the race, or are you purely proper race nutrition?
Proper race I've got sort of plan A, plan B, plan C. So plan A is my proper race nutrition. What I'd like to use, stuff that I've tested. I think it will all work, but sometimes you just never know. It might be a little bit hotter, a little bit colder.
Yeah.
And you just never know. I then got plan B that's a little bit more real food based, so maybe with some bread, with some rice, with some pasta, but because CCC is quite a fast race, you want just really easy digestible, so my nutrition is predominantly gels and sports drink, and a Red Bull for caffeine, but if things start going wrong, then I'll sort of pretty much have a picnic and have some roast beef on the side of the mountain. If it's slow, things can go wrong. And I'm not sort of really thinking about it, but you've got to have thought about it.
Yeah. So if we see you eating an almond croissant, things aren't
going
well.
Things are going badly.
Okay.
My crew, Simon Bailiff, will have with my protein recovery shake at the end of the race, we'll hopefully have an almond croissant with him. So that'd be a good idea for a recovery supplement flavour, almond croissant flavoured
shake.
There you go.
There you go. It's a marketing thing.
Yeah, there's copyright that straight away.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to ask you quick 5 fire questions just to finish off. So, just your fave running inspiration.
My favourite running inspiration is a guy called Steve Prefontaine, who sadly passed away way before his time, but he just approached races. He was an all-out guy. He was give it 100% and don't look back. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I just love that strength and that bravery to be able to go out and just give your everything. And even if your everything's good enough, that's great. And if it's not, then back to the drawing board and see where you can improve.
Yeah. Okay. And your favourite running book?
My favourite running book is probably Born to Run by Christopher McDougall. I think it just really simplifies running and shows that sort of how running in different cultures, running is running. You're a runner whether you run a 2:02 marathon or you run a 7-hour marathon.
Yeah.
If you put on a pair of trainers, lace up, and go on a run, you are a runner. And the common bond between all runners is just so great. And I think just showing how in different cultures that's still prevalent, and yeah, I find it sort of incredibly inspirational and also really interesting.
Yeah, it's a good book. I've read it too. Favourite running food?
My favourite running food would be, it sounds pretty disgusting, homemade rice cakes with peanut butter and jam. But as your normal rice cake...
Doesn't sound too bad.
Well, yeah, I haven't described it yet. It's still a little bit wet. A little bit of salt in there. So you've got everything. So you've got your protein, you've got your sort of fast release sugars and carbohydrates, your glucose and your fructose, and then you've also got the slightly slow release carbohydrates in the rice. And it's a little bit messy and it's a little bit mushy, but it's delicious. And I try and eat more of that in my training rather than just stick to gels in training. And races, it's predominantly gel based, and there's some great flavors. Like I don't have a nutrition sponsor, don't have a nutrition partner, because I like to choose what I want to eat. Like sometimes I might want this type of bar, this type of gel. So the only real constant with me when I'm racing is Red Bull, and I get a lot of questions asked about it, and I'm not sponsored by them. I just think it's an awesome product for me. It really works for me. It's got lots of caffeine in, 75 milligrams of caffeine per serving, which for me is about the right amount. And yeah, it just gives me that focus that I need in training, but also racing.
Cool. And do you make the rice cakes yourself?
Yeah, I do make the rice cakes myself.
Okay.
I don't think there's a market for anyone to want to sell them.
Okay.
Yeah, they taste good. Sadly, I haven't made any yet. I'll make some tomorrow, or maybe this evening.
Oh, so I miss out today.
If I've got I don't think you don't need much. I've got a hob there, and I'll make a bit of a mess in this Airbnb kitchen, but never mind.
Okay. And your favourite running trail?
My favourite trail is actually in Chamonix, running down from a place called Albert Premier. There's just this beautiful, slightly downhill, not very technical, very fast, single track trail where you can just see the whole valley, and it really lasts for 8k, and you can just motor along it. And when it's not busy, it's just incredible. So the first thing in the morning, last thing in the evening. Done a couple of sort of sunset runs up there, and it's just incredible. So pictures can't describe. I've tried to take some pictures up there, but it just doesn't do it justice. So it's all about sort of being in the moment, and it's also in Albert Premier. They do great cakes. So you can have a cake before you start.
Well, it's the next one on my list, actually. It's to be done in 2 weeks' time, so haven't been up there yet, so I look forward to seeing that.
The chocolate brownie's great. Actually, it's all great.
Okay, I'll take a lot of money.
Yeah, you need a lot. It's a little bit expensive up there, but as it should be. It's an incredible place. So yeah, I can highly recommend it.
Okay. And favourite running mantra? Do you have a mantra?
I think probably my main mantra is pretty process, not outcome, and just focus on those small things. Get the sessions ticked off when you don't necessarily want to do them, as it will just all lead all lead to that outcome.
Yeah.
And you can break it. You can do it on a big sort of macro level where you're thinking, right, the process, right, if I follow this training plan, I'm going to be able to do my race in 4 months' time.
Yeah.
And then you can do it on a micro level in a race, right, my process for this race, right, I need to make sure I'm eating or consuming this many calories every hour, drinking this much every hour, and that's then going to lead to me being able to finish the race. So, yeah, they're definitely... I think for me it's good and it works, and we use it a lot with the AB training group. And yeah, I just find that it really helps and just keeps me focused in the long term and in the short term.
Awesome. Okay, well, let's see how you go on Friday.
Yeah,
and
fingers
best of
crossed.
luck.
Thanks
and
very much.
It was a pleasure to chat to you.
No, thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Thanks.